music. My cable for charging. Here's my cable for charging.
Yes.
Okay. I gotta get me some food now.
I started the trend. Huh?
You get my phone charging. My phone charger. Okay, this works. How's your phone? Is it
My phone, I think it's at 50%.
50%?
I think. I'll double check.
Okay, get it charging.
I think it's at 50. Okay, I got this.
All right, go get the food.
Yeah.
All right.
You need me to slide out?
No, it's all right. I'll come out this side. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Don't let the trolls make you mad and start screaming, okay?
Right.
They're fine. They
Oh, he's already got it live. Oh, okay. Hi, guys. As you can see, we're in someplace totally different, and you can't tell where we're at. Isn't that great?
on one hand, on the other hand.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, I wasn't using any GPS. Second of all, it was my first trip to Jersey. I went to New York, but I didn't go to Jersey. So it was my first trip to Jersey. Third of all, there was about 20 different ways to get to Jersey, and those got convoluted somewhere along the line, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. I ended up with this huge laundry list of, well, you got to turn right onto this road and left onto this road and right onto this road and left onto this road and right onto this. And it was a mess. It was a real mess. Yes, I'm well aware it's an 11-hour drive. Calm your shit, okay? I'm well aware of what it is. But that's okay. I made it, and that's what matters. Plus, you got to understand, you got to stop and eat. You got to stop and sleep. You have to stop and use a bathroom. Okay? You have to factor all that in too. Don't forget. But I don't think it was 22. I'm sitting there trying to think, but I don't think it was 22. Hey Sam, what are you doing, man? But anyways, so I don't think it really was 22. I think it was exaggerating. But let me see. Let me try and think here. I left at 3 a.m. So that'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be almost 20 hours, like 19 hours, something like that. That's Chad. All right. I don't know where he went to go get him something to eat. Dude, I am. Where we're at has some cream of tomato soup that is absolutely to die for. Campbell's, bye. This beats Campbell's by far, man. Campbell's that don't even. I mean, Campbell's might as well not even show up. This is great stuff. This is great stuff. Of course, it's probably homemade. That's why. I notice a lot of the food here is homemade, so that makes a difference. Yeah, it's great stuff. Let me see if I can bring you in, Sam. Hold on. No, I can't bring you in because you're not down there. How am I going to bring you in if you're not down there on the waiting list, Sam? Dirt. Live from McDonald's. No, this is not McDonald's. Definitely not McDonald's, bro. This is not McDonald's. Yeah, this is definitely not McDonald's. No.
Oh, don't tell anybody where we are.
Oh, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not.
Let's see.
Even if
Oh, Sammy.
yeah, Sammy's wanting in.
Sammy's too. He might be coming in here. He might be too loud. Sammy.
Sammy
we gotta have a quiet
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, because the
But
restaurant.
it's good to see you. You're good to see you live though.
Yeah, I don't know. He's wanting in.
You want it in? Oh, Sammy's gonna have to lower the.
You gotta lower that volume, bro.
Yeah, lower the volume.
Lower that volume, bro.
Lower that volume.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How am I liking New Jersey? Oh my God, dude, it's great. It's great, man. Magic works, man. You know what? Guess what, guys? Remember when I said I wanted to get some cold air down from the north to cool everything off? The air came with me, and it's 70 degrees outside right now. 70.
Let's see.
And it was 99 yesterday.
Oh, I
Wait.
That was a positive
Wait,
comment.
well, hang on. Let me read it. Hang on, let me read it.
It's a nasty.
Your mom and pop will be very proud of you, Vaughn, losing everything they ever owned. Well, you know what? That wasn't my fault, was it, Troll?
Let me get rid of him.
Yes, get rid of it. That was not my fault, Troll. So,
Kevin, let's see the. Let me see. That's the real you.
yeah, let me see your middle finger there, Sammy boy.
Is that,
I see a black box. That's all I see. There's something.
There's his ding dong. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. I don't hear anymore.
Well, maybe he lowered it too low.
Maybe. Yeah.
How's it going? You guys eating in the
There
dark?
he is, there he is.
Sammy.
Yeah,
Sammy, you
yeah.
got to bring it down.
Yeah, you're over modulating, bro. Toning down a little bit. All right, we're good.
Eat your, don't let your soup get cold.
No.
Don't let your soup get cold.
You know, you wouldn't think cream and tomato soup could be better than what you get out from Campbell's, but it is. It's great stuff, man.
Happy guy. The bad guy is happy. That's your name, Sammy? The bad guy is
The
happy?
bad guy is happy.
I'm in a good mood.
Testing 1, 2. Can we hear you, Sammy?
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Yeah, you're a little over-modulating, but I
You're
guess.
fine. You're fine.
Wait a minute. Let me see what I can do with the microphone here. 1 second.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Audio.
Oh, what was that
We're
one?
going to go to Madame Marie's for a reading. Who's Madame Marie? Is she from Jersey?
I don't know. There might be a. You know, if there
Is
is a
that
store
better?
card reader here in Jersey, I wouldn't mind stopping by. Sure, why not? Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. There's not a thing wrong with that. Did you boys manage to get a shower? Did we sleep well?
We slept
We
okay.
slept okay, and we're working on getting showers. We'll be clean. Don't worry. We'll be squared away.
I was just checking the news real quick. Nothing in the news.
Nothing in the news.
When's the wedding?
Trump hasn't embarrassed us again. Yeah.
Don't even
Madame
worry about
Marie's.
the comments.
Madame Marie's. Glass of water. Hey, brother. Hey. What's happening? I can see shit now, man. Yeah.
Where's my food?
Yep. So your thing dinged, didn't it? Did it go
Can you hear me?
Good.
How am I coming? How am I sounding? Am I
You're
sounding a
fine,
little
bro.
better? All
Yeah,
right.
you're fine. You're fine. Maybe a little muffled or something, but
I can try. I changed
I
the
hear you.
settings
I
on
hear
the
you,
microphone. The levels and everything is
The
Yeah.
only thing is that there's music in the background here. I don't know if you can hear it, and
Yeah,
it's
I can.
little loud.
Yeah, I can hear it.
A little
Where are you
loud,
guys,
but
where are
other
you
than
guys
that-
eating? You're
It's
eating
not
at
that
a
it's loud. It's modulating. It's staticky.
Oh yeah. But that looks like a Reuben. Did you get a Reuben?
No, that's not really.
Oh, that's not a Reuben. What is it?
Are you eating at a diner over there? What kind of place is
That's
that?
Yeah.
That's some funky cold
Sammy,
Medina.
your microphone is bad.
There's some funky cold Medina right there, buddy. What are we doing here? Cottage cheese on a sandwich? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
something different.
Yeah, why not? I'm all for different. You know that.
We'll say a bracha in the name of Sammy's microphone. Um,
Microphone.
bracha Talia, Hina Makaram, Shtia called me a bro.
How does that sound? Does that sound better? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, and in paganism, we'd say, may you have bright blessings and all that. So,
I have good news to report. I'm very satisfied, and I'm not kidding. Why I'm in a good mood. I'm actually happy, quite happy.
okay, enlighten us.
Well, it seems that Trump and Bibi were once again working behind the scenes and fooling everyone as part of the ceasefire with Iran and the end of the war with Iran. Bibi was working behind the scenes with Trump to cut deals with the Qataris, the UAE, with Egypt, and with Saudi. And the end of the war is within sight. Now, all of our military experts, former officers that are analysts now, they're all saying the war will end within weeks. And the military is actually committed to it as well. The war in Gaza, the return of the hostages. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, I'm glad to hear about the hostages coming back. But your boy Mark Levin over here in America, he's distraught. He's ready to pull his hair out and his teeth out and everything else.
Oh, Mark Levin.
I have to sit down and have a little talk with him. He's literally unhinged. I am not kidding. He is unhinged, bro.
Look,
He's upset that there wasn't immediate regime change. He's upset that y'all didn't just absolutely flatten. Ran into a pancake. He is extremely distraught, man.
Well, listen. Let me make a clear distinction between the majority of the Israeli people that live here and the neocons in America and the right wing and the left wing Jews of America. They're disconnected. They're not fully engaged in what's happening here. They were not the ones under constant fire from a hypersonic ballistic missiles that no matter where you hid and no matter what you did, bomb shelters, no bomb shelters, people, whole families were killed. All right. So there's absolute and undeniable trauma here. There's what would you call it? Shell shock. The whole country is in a state of shell shock. The Israeli military, even from the beginning or before they engaged in the bombing of Iran, set out a timeline of 10 to 14 days to complete the bombing campaign and in getting all of their targets hit. And Mark Levin needs to settle down, and all the neocons there need to settle down. All right.
You need to give that boy a Darvon or a volume or something. give him a drug to calm him down, man. I'm not even kidding. He is unhinged, bro. I am not making this shit up. He is absolutely off the chain.
We went through this thing in the war now for 2 years with Hezbollah, the shelling in the north, and now with Iran, the whole country. Look, everybody here. I'm having yelling matches with my brother, with my mom, because there's a lot of pent up anger and frustration, and a lot of pent up stress and anxiety. That enjoy bon appetit. Look, this took a toll on the people here. People here are exhausted, and the military, for God's sake, they work 24/7. Our pilots, our air crews, our soldiers. They deserve to have this war end. All right, they deserve to have this war end. How you doing? And the neocons say, Shannon, how you doing? But the American Jews that are supportive of us, we don't take him for granted. We appreciate the moral support, the diplomatic support, the political support, the influencing, and all that they do. We're very glad to have them on our side. But they need put a cork in it now and settle down. There were a lot of arrangements behind the scenes that were made between Trump and Bibi, and they put on a show that they weren't getting along and that they weren't on the same page. But now there's a great likelihood that the war will end, and we'll get our hostages back, and our troops will leave the Gaza Strip. All right, and that's a good thing. We won't have to be the ones feeding them, looking after them, and getting embroiled in the mess over there again, in a quagmire with those people. The clans there are fighting the Hamas now. There are thousands of armed Palestinian Gazan clans that are now fighting with the Hamas.
Well, like I said, that was my big contention, was that it would create a quagmire that would just...
Hey, John, there's a bunch of assholes here in the private chat. Can you kick him out, please?
Oh yeah. He's a troll.
Damn.
Got him.
Yep, we got him. Yeah, we got him.
So listen, it's taking its toll on our mental well-being. The people don't want to have this be a long, drawn-out, extended war. This is well beyond the limits of what we're used to in our previous wars. This is 2 years ongoing now. Right. This is not something we can extend and allow to continue. People here that are staunch supporters of Bibi, of the right-wing government, they're all now firmly saying and requesting put an end to it. And so behind the scenes during the Iran campaign, there were moves being made. And it looks like, you know who really has all the leverage on the Hamas? It's Egypt and Qatar. They have all the leverage on them, on whoever's left there. They're like nobodies. But they're holding the hostages, and that's their last card to play. And when Egypt and Qatar tell them, look, we're going to cut you off, you have no support, not even from, even the Turks are and they're also staunch supporters of Hamas. Erdogan supported Hamas. When they feel that they have nothing going for them anymore, and that they're being given the option to leave the country and to be exiled to another Arab country, they'll take it. Now they're telling us in the news reports that it's still in discussion, but I'm sure the Qataris are also said it's done, and agreed upon. It's already a done deal. And now we're getting all of our senior and former military officers that are in the know saying that even with military pressure, all of this is going to be ending with. It's all going to be ending within weeks. They're trying to calm down the population here because enough is enough, and we don't want to have this be a long, drawn out any much longer. And it's all for the benefit. It's all for everyone's benefit, because when this war ends, I told you there are far more profound things that are about to happen, and this is a promise not from me, but from my rabbi that I've been quoting to you for years, and he said this, Rabbi Nir Ben Artzi said this, when the war ends is when the right kind of events will take place. Those that will have to pay up, those that are guilty in the eyes of God of being disobedient of certain, as far as not paying attention and realizing that we're in the messianic process right now, trying to deny it, trying to ignore it, or be blind to it and pretend like life is going on, routine, everything's normal. He said once the war ends, that's when judgment will befall those that deserve to pay up through the nose. He said they'll all pay in cash, meaning that'll come suddenly and swiftly. And you'll have he's making implications as far as the crash, the financial and economic disasters that are to befall the whole planet. So and it's going to be necessary. This is after our wars, after Israel's wars, that is when God lets loose His judgment on the world fully, and meaning it's for the good, meaning it has to happen, meaning it's God's correction of the whole planet of the human race, and I don't know. Now I'm hearing a lot of talk about the recession hitting soon. There, the analysts are saying that America's already deep into another housing crisis. A housing a collapse as far as prices collapsing and people not being able to sell their homes. This is in a large part in the South, but it's also happening now. Guess where? In New York City. You know who you have to thank for that? You have to thank for the fact that home prices are falling off a cliff in New York City. You know who I'm talking about, Mama Don.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing, Sammy. Okay, the thing of it is that here in the States, we get very convoluted opinions because there's a very strong Zionist Jewish lobby over here that really, they filter the shit out of our stuff over here, and it makes it difficult for us to understand what's really going on. That's the truth. I got to tell the truth, right? So
that's all good and fine, but you have the media and not.
Positive. We got Sammy saying some positive things.
Sammy's saying some positive things.
Yeah, look,
Yeah, and then let's be absolutely clear, okay? Let's be absolutely clear. Nobody, at least not that I've heard, nobody would want those hostages to stay, to stay where they are. We want them free. We want them out of there, obviously.
I understand you guys.
The methodology is the trick.
I understand you guys. I understand your gripes. Israelis understand your gripes, and sometimes they go too far over there. The ones that are too much.
Off the chain now, man.
They're cheerleading. They're neocons cheerleading another forever war for the sake of the military-industrial complex, and they can't hide the fact that that's what they're doing. It's all good and fine when there are missions that need to be accomplished. Iran, like Trump said, should not and could not get a nuclear weapon, and he stood his ground. And Iran is not going to be able to get a nuclear weapon anytime soon. They've been set back. But as far as causing another regional war where America gets involved directly, even right-wing Israelis in our news media were saying it's a mistake because America always creates a freaking mess when they get directly involved in on-the-ground occupations or regime changes. We all saw Iraq. We all saw Afghanistan. And guess what? I was in shock when I was still in America, and the war was in Afghanistan. It went on for 20 years. I was still there, and I was saying, why are we still in Afghanistan? Why? And this is why. And when I was still in America in 2005, I left in 2005. The war was going on for like only 2 years. And guess how long America stayed there? 20 years. 20 freaking years. And so you have to ask yourselves, what were the true interests? It wasn't about fighting the Taliban or Al Qaeda or the terrorists. It was to have a forever war to enrich the military-industrial complex, to make sure the CIA got their profits from the opium trade, from selling heroin. We all know. It was dark and dirty fuckery, and even the Jews here in Israel were saying, we don't want America on the ground occupying Iran. It would be a terrible and horrible tragedy, a horror story. I even put out videos on my Facebook saying, you're going to create another mess like Vietnam. I put up footage of Full Metal Jacket and a collage of it and everything. And it's true. What are they saying here? I take over this because you know what? I'm more charismatic and appealing than the two schlubs in the diner there eating. I have more to say. A lot more on my mind.
I have to say, about half of Trump's base was really pissed off, and they were ready to literally throw him under the bus, literally and figuratively throw him under the bus. And he pulled it out. He pulled it out in the 12th hour. There, he pulled it out and pulled out a win out of it. But I'll tell you, man, half his base was ready to throw him under the bus, man. And he pulled out a win there at the last second. So that's good. That's
because I mean, even the staunchest, most patriotic right wing Americans and the constitutionalists and whatever, after all the Middle East involvement that we all were witness to, everybody with half a brain realized it would be a terrible and stupid move for America to get into a deep, entrenched war in the Middle East again. Even the Israelis here were in line with that. We didn't want America going in there on the ground and occupying Iran and replacing the regime there. That would be horrific. It would be stupider than stupid. It would be stupid.
Well, let me address some of the outside chat because they're wanting to know what Freedom Religion is saying about what all is going on in the world right now. Okay, from the Freedom Religion perspective, what's going on in the world right now is nothing to be alarmed about. Freedom Religion says that there will not be a World War III. Freedom Religion says that the earth and heaven will not be destroyed, as many other religions say, including pagan religions, I might add. But the earth and heaven is not going away; it will be here. Now that's not to say that there won't be end times events, okay, per se, but as far as the actual removal of heaven and earth, no, it will not happen. It's all going to still be here, according to Freedom Religion. Now, your mileage may vary, but Freedom Religion. I said we, but it's actually them. Have a different perspective on the whole matter, and it's not going to. They are Freedom Religion. Freedom Religion, one of the things I like about Freedom Religion is that they're vehemently against.
Hey, John, can you do me a favor? Just erase the StreamYard's link from the chats, from the comments, because a lot of the trolls are coming in, and can you just erase that link, will you?
What happened, Timmy? What?
Can you erase the link in the chats so that you don't have trolls coming in?
Yeah, we put it out there for you.
Yeah, all right. Well, can you erase it? Can you just erase it?
Once they have it, they have it. The trolls.
Yeah, once they have it, they've got it. There's nothing you can do about it then. We're taking care of it internally, Sammy. Don't worry. We're taking care of it internally. Because, see, we see them before you see them, actually. So we're taking care of it internally.
I don't want to see their comments. Can you erase their comments? I'm coming in and coming out.
Yeah, we'll take care of the comments. But yeah, it's Freedom Religion's version of the end times is totally different from everybody else. We do not believe in the total destruction of heaven and earth. We do not believe that there will be a World War III. The gods and goddesses have made, because that was one of my concerns that I asked the gods and goddesses about. They said, no, absolutely not. We will not allow a World War III. We will not allow heaven and earth to be destroyed. We will make sure, because think about this, guys. Actually sit down and think about this. All right. If heaven is destroyed, what happens to your loved ones in heaven? Oh, I hadn't thought about that shit, had you? So no, heaven and earth is not going to be destroyed. Do you think they will let heaven be destroyed and all of our loved ones be destroyed along with it? No, hell no, God forbid. Okay, so don't worry, don't.
Anyway, let's get positive. Let's stay positive.
We're staying. Well, that's what I'm spinning it around to a positive thing. So rejoice in the fact that we don't have to worry about our loved ones being harmed. We don't have to worry about the afterlife being harmed. Okay, so everybody can calm down. Okay, but that I'm going to say it. It's fear porn. All right, that's just pure fear porn. Stay the hell away from it. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be okay. And we're going to get through this. And once we get through on the other side, all them butterflies you see outside, you'll see all them butterflies outside. And when you see all them butterflies, you'll know that America has been freed. The rest of the world has been freed. And everybody can rejoice and be happy because great evil will be destroyed. The New World Order will be destroyed. And
I'll tell you something. We know that your position, the Freedom Religion position, and we'll agree to disagree, and I'll be respectful. But I'll tell you something. as far as I'm in agreement with you when it comes to.
Shannon says outside she wants to come on the panel. Shannon, you're more than welcome to come on.
You have the link. You have the link in the chat. But I'll tell you something. It's like the fear porn that they were pushing, the whole of the alt-right media, they now look really discredited and they look really retarded. Yeah. All right. So they really
Well,
did.
like I said, you got some people here that are Jewish that are pushing a really negative narrative, and they're not happy, and they wanted death and destruction and mayhem and all kinds of crap, and they didn't get it, and so now they're stomping their feet and waving their fist in the air.
No. I'm talking about the fear porn coming from the anti-war crowd in the alt-right media that were pushing World War III, and they all were discredited. And Trump knew what he was doing from the get-go. He knew.
Like I said, Trump pulled it out at the last second.
No, he knew what he was doing from the start. He didn't go in there without a plan. He had a plan.
Well, I hope that's the case, but I maybe he just pulled it out of the fire at the last second.
No, he never goes into something without having contingency plans, and he has his own cabinet, and they give him plenty of options, and he thinks things through. He's not shoot from the hip as everybody says he is. He just keeps people guessing. He's not stupid, God forbid. He's not a dumb man.
Right. No, he's a smart businessman. That's true. He's a smart businessman.
And I even wrote it on my Facebook as well, telling people that the pro-war hawks and neocons, the Jews amongst them, and people like Lindsey Graham and others, look, they want to have an excuse to go back and bomb Iran again. All right?
Yeah. That's absolutely what they want to do.
I'm in support of this.
That's absolutely what they want to do. They want perpetual war.
I'm not just going off of my personal feelings and interests and agenda. I'm going, again, I always think about what my rabbi's guidance is, what he said, and what he promised. He basically, from before the war started, he said the war is going to last from between a week to 2 weeks, and it fell within that time frame. He said 7-10 days, 2 weeks maximum. And that's how long it lasted, all right? And what he said, once it's over for good, as far as the wars of Israel are concerned. And what happens is that once the Gaza war ends and the hostages are returned, I'm sorry to disagree with you, the world will fall into judgment. That is the time when Israel's wars are over, when it ends, according to a lot of Kabbalists, is when the mess will begin as far as the financial crisis, the economic crisis, the fallout. It's all for the purpose of having the Jews forced back to Israel. Okay, because it's
now see that's where Judaism and freedom religion are going to divide, because freedom religion says that it is not our fault. It's the fault of these elite families, these 300 elite families, and that it has absolutely nothing to do with humanity at large. These 300 elite families have been manipulating mankind for thousands of years. It is not our fault. And so the gods are like, hey, we're not going to hold this against you because, hey, it's not your fault.
We have different religions. We have different religions.
That's music to my ears because, I want fairness. I want justice. And so, I mean,
I don't doubt that there will be justice for these people. There will be, all right. And Trump is still going to be president. Look, he's doing a victory lap now because he had a big win today in the Supreme Court when it came to the LGBTQ curriculum in schools that he's banning, he's kicking it, he's tossing it, and also the birthright issues for illegals that have children here. They will not be granted citizenship just because they have children on American territory. It's baloney. It's a total crock, and it's illegal, and it shouldn't be allowed. It's like anchor babies. All that bullshit is ending, is stopping. No more anchor baby bullshit. That's a big win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got, like I said, man. He was able to pull it out at the last possible second. Get a
No,
get a
no,
win.
other,
Because I'm
for
telling you
his,
right now.
for his domestic
And
agenda.
and hear me well, Sammy. Every poll, every single poll, even polls on the left down here in America, every poll, even polls here on the left, was saying no. We don't want no protracted war. We don't want this to escalate. We don't want this to keep going. The conservative end of the polls was anywhere from 80 to 95%. Not even kidding. And the leftist polls were showing anywhere from 67 to about 73 or 74%. All right. So even the liberals had dogpiled on and said, no, we don't want this to continue. We want it. We want an ending.
Well,
So
American involvement in the Middle East proved itself to be disastrous and horrific, just as it was in Vietnam. Like Oliver.
everybody's going to fall out there for a minute.
Oliver
Well,
Stone.
I mean, what
Oliver
do you want me
Stone,
to say?
a
I mean,
Vietnam veteran. Oliver Stone, a Vietnam veteran, a decorated Vietnam veteran with Purple Hearts and Bronze Stars and everything. He was involved in making Full Metal Jacket and also Platoon and all these other Vietnam movies. And it was a true it was a true depiction of the horror you engage in when you are involved in a country's own civil war, or in the name of fighting communism and the spread of communism. And it would have been disastrous if America got directly involved on the ground in Iran. All right, Iran was a hit and run, and it was designed to be a hit and run from the get-go. So what the American public had a trauma and a fear of is like their own shell shock.
well, okay, all right. Let me say what's going on here in America. Hold on. The Persians and Iranians here in the United States are throwing a spanner, as the Brits would call it, in the whole works by saying that they wanted America to do the regime change instead of them.
Right.
And see, that was supposedly never the plan at all. The plan was for them to do the regime change, and then if they need help, we'd be happy to help them, but we're not going to do it for them. And
Look,
see, the Iranians and the Persians here in the United States that are exiled here in the United States, they are pushing a belief that you should have went in there and done the regime change for us. But see, then we look like an imperialist then at that point.
No.
See, that's not a good thing, because we don't need to be looking like an imperialist at that point. But if they want to do it, and then we help. That's great.
No, because then the politicians that are pro war and pro military industrial complex have a precedent this is how they always operate. You break it. What's the expression? You break it, you have to buy it. What's the expression?
When you buy it,
you break it, you buy it, right?
You break it, you buy it. So that's the excuse they have. Once America gets involved, then they commit America to nation building, and they commit America to regime change, and then you're stuck, and then they get you by the balls, and then they get their long drawn out war for their profiteering. And that's how it works, But and Americans were right to be hesitant and right to be skeptical. And so
we got bum number one out there agreeing completely with you, Sammy. He's completely on board with you. So what's going on?
Look, the Jews in Israel were even themselves disappointed and kind of like confused with why America stayed in Iraq and Afghanistan for so long. We were like dumbfounded just as much as the Americans. It's like, why are you?
Believe me, as a historian, I was very bumfuzzled by that one, because we saw what happened to the Russians when they went up against Afghanistan years ago, and how it ended up being a total quagmire. And why we stayed in there, I have no idea, bro. Not a clue.
It was profiteering. And it was the heroin. It was the opium.
What's going on, Shannon? Welcome to the room. How's everything? Oh, there she is.
Hey,
Oh, there you go. It's cold where you are. You got a big sweater on. It's cold where you are.
It's chilly. It's raining.
Oh,
You
okay.
see my dog back there?
Oh, yeah, you got the puppy in the cage.
Yeah.
No, he's not in a cage. Come here, Mickey.
Oh, okay. You're
He's
in
in front of the cage.
you're
See
like
ya?
on a balcony somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here he is.
You know, isn't it interesting that when I left and came here, the cold air finally hit, and I was able to get my magic to cool everybody down. You know, we was at 100, 103, I think it was final.
105 where I was.
105. We got up to 105.
Oh, by the way, Blue, I see in the back there. Blue, you can suck on the, you know what?
Big red one.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't it interesting that when I come up here, the cold air came with me, and we're now at 70 degrees, and mild, and everybody's a lot happier and a lot healthier because, I mean, I guess a lot of people were near heat stroke level event. So we got to cool down just in the nick of time.
Did you get up to 105 out where you were, Shannon, last week in the heat wave? Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Baby girl, you're muted, baby
You're
girl.
muted, Shannon.
Humidity was really bad, but only got up to like 90, I think.
Oh,
But
90.
90
That's
here is
still
like
bad.
ungodly.
That's still bad. But
So how you feeling, John?
Huh?
How
am
you
I doing, or
feeling,
what am I
John?
doing? Oh, how am I doing, or what am I doing?
Well, who you talking to?
John, how are you feeling?
John.
I'm doing great.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a little I don't know what you call it, a
Bug?
coughing spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get
That one live stream, I was stopped coughing.
I remember I heard you said you were sick. I didn't know if you were like it was
it's not. I don't
I
think
think
it's
I
a
probably did,
virus or a
well,
cold.
I think he's got something. He's got probably a little a hair or a piece of lint or something down there.
Shannon, one of your like vaginal hairs got caught in my throat.
What? You're so stop that. You're so bad.
When I was below sea level there for a while.
We're in a public place, John.
Oh, I let the cat out of the bag.
We're in a
My
public
bad.
place, John.
I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. I'm sorry.
Sam or John. Okay, how dare you? How dare you disrespect me?
That's it.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
So Sammy, so we finally got Sammy quiet. You know, everyone in the comment section is like, we can't stand Sammy. Why did we have him on? That's exactly why we have Sammy on.
Exactly what we have.
Because you don't like it.
I'm gonna go for a walk. All right, I'm gonna mute.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah,
We
you
actually
control.
love Sammy. I actually love hearing what Sammy has to say.
No, I'm gonna stay on
I
camera.
want the different. See, the nice thing about Sammy is, whether you like him or hate him, is that he hears different shit than we do. You know, we don't hear the whole story. He don't hear the whole story. So we put our stories together, and hopefully we can come up with a whole. That's the plan, anyway.
Yeah. So, Sammy.
Yeah. When you have a different perspectives, you can get a clearer
We need
picture.
more perspectives. Correct. That's right. Absolutely right. Vaughn, will the UFOs know you have moved? Yeah, I told them. That there's a base ship that was parked above the double wide. I said, hey, man, I'm pulling out. Are you pulling out with me? Boom, you warped out right then. Boom, gone. So, yeah, they know where I'm going. They know where I'm at. And
But
we've got a lot of cloud cover today, but they're up there hanging out, guaranteed.
You can't really see the sky where you are here in Jersey. It's too much pollution.
It's too much. Well, it's not. There's just a lot of cloud cover.
Yeah,
A lot of cloud cover today. But we're all right. But yeah, man, as soon as
I'm gonna come down to where Shannon is. Look at her. She got some trees in the background.
Yeah, looks nice.
Beautiful skies.
Yeah, looks nice. It does.
That looks like the Holy Land over there where she is.
I don't know, but the Holy Land ain't that green. I don't
know.
think. It ain't that
Well,
green.
the Bible, it says it's the land of flowing
It
milk
will,
and honey.
it
I
will
don't
be,
know.
but yeah, in the future it will be green because people will actually grow a brain and start irrigating the deserts again and getting everything all green again. But that's in the future. That's not right now.
Anyway.
But I just say, even for the haters and
Homemade soup.
the bitter types of doofuses that don't realize that everything I'm saying is true.
Fuck the haters.
Yeah, I'm just saying this. You all wanted peace. We're going to have it soon enough. As far as peace in Israel in the Holy Land, it's going to be. It's just around the corner, and I'm happy. I'm not joking. I'm relieved because we were all on edge. Everybody was nervous that this could trigger terrible things. And now, look, I got to give credit to Bibi, and I got to give credit to President Trump. They are doing a terrific job, and behind the scenes, they've cut a deal with other countries that will guarantee the end of the war in Gaza, that will guarantee the return of our hostages, and that is a good thing. And I'm glad that there's going to be peace and quiet now. But along with that, it's everything else that I've said previously. The types of Jews you have in America that think that they're
Peace,
there.
Sammy. Peace.
Peace. There's going to be peace. It's going to be good. It's peace in Israel and eventually for the rest of the world as well. But the requirement that God has now that He's not going to surrender on is that
Sammy, we discussed this, and I showed you in Isaiah where a sword comes out of the Messiah's mouth, and he slays
you're no longer Christian. You went to the pagan religion that you founded, the Freedom Religion, and I'm not about to join the Freedom Religion. I'm not about to become a Christian. I have my Jewish faith, and I have the rabbi that I see as my guide, religious guide, and I follow him, and he hasn't disappointed me. And what he has said is actually manifested, and what God wants is the return of the exiles. And that's going to happen the hard way. And I'm sorry to be a stick in the mud, but that's going to happen the hard way.
I realize that, but I mean, I got to go by what things say, and it's very clearly written: a sword will come out of his mouth to slay the nations. And people like me, a pagan like myself, will be slain because we do not conform to.
No. Once the Messiah is revealed and is operating in full force out in the open for the world to see and on a public display, is that he is not going to shed blood with weapons or with knives or swords. He just by uttering or thinking what he wants to have happen will have happen. All right. So the people that are going to get it in his way, they're no longer going to be in his way, and the people that are opposing him will no longer be a problem. This includes Jews in Israel, Jews in America, and yes, it's mostly directed to Jews that have a problem with the religion, that have a problem with the end times, that have a problem with the faith. You have a lot of these types of Jews in Israel and in America. They are the first in line to be basically neutralized. All right, you, the non-believers, the pagans, the whatever Muslims, Christians, you live your lives. And then you have your choices to make. Once God has revealed himself to the world, you can change your mind about what you believe in. All right? It's not over for you. Now, this is my faith. This is my faith. This is my belief. I'm not dictating it to you. I'm just putting it out there.
No, I get you, but I'm just saying pagans are not going to change our minds, bro. We believe what we believe. We know what we believe in. We're not going to change our minds, bro.
I understand. I'll just put it out there for you. When it happens, I believe it'll happen. This is end times prophecy that will manifest. The knowledge of God will be universal, the one God, without any pagan deities or statues or in-betweens or go-betweens or intermediaries or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, we're good. We're
You
good.
got, you got a lot of good comments out there, Shannon. Everyone's saying you're a hot thing.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah. Okay.
Walking the
Oh,
dog.
yeah, there you go. Give it right in the face.
Walking the dog.
Sit right on my face, Shannon. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Here's how. You want to know how nice they are? Here's how nice they
John,
are. They
stop.
gave me
It's
Italian.
so bad.
They gave me Italian bread with no garlic on it. I requested Italian bread with no garlic on it, and they gave me Italian bread with no garlic on it. Isn't that nice of them? Now that's nice. That's being nice, man. They didn't have to. They didn't have to.
They
do
treat you
that.
good in New Jersey. They're the best food.
Shannon,
The best
when you
food.
went to when you went to grab the dog or do whatever, you gave it right to me, man.
Shut up,
Oh,
John.
did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the food's really good in Jersey. It's great,
Yeah.
isn't it, Vaughn?
I am acclimating very well to this area. Yes.
That's good. I was born and raised in southern New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, was you really?
So I know the
okay.
area pretty well.
Oh, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
You guys are not at an all you can eat place. Are you at an all you can eat place?
The what place?
An all you can eat.
Oh,
yeah.
We can find that. We can
I'll be
get
right back.
to, there's a lot of sushi places that are all you can eat here.
Yeah, we can try that too. We're gonna try that. We're gonna try it.
The Asian people like the all you can eat.
Yeah, man, we'll try that. Definitely try that. We will
All right, we
definitely
got
try that.
final countdown to the hour.
Maynard.
I guess 9 minutes before we close it on the hour.
Yep.
We had a good discussion today. We had Sammy coming on. Thank you, Sammy, once again.
Hey, no problem. So John and Vaughn, this is the first time you guys meet face to face, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. How long have you guys been talking? Years, right?
Been years.
Yeah, been years. 12 years.
Been years, man.
All the way back to stick cam days. Remember
Yeah.
stick cam, Shannon? You remember stick cam?
No, that was before me. Way before me.
So when did you start trolling people on the internet? Around Google
What?
Hangout days?
John, stop.
Oh,
Probably like 2011, 2012.
yeah. Google
Found out
Hangout.
about Vaughn.
Okay.
That's nice.
No garlic bread. Can
So
you Italian?
what are you smoking over there? Cowboy Killers? What do you like? Newports? American Spirits. Ay vey.
American Spirit. Well, there you go. Hey, it's patriotic. I'm okay.
All right.
I'm okay. It's patriotic. We're gonna die a horrible death, but at least it'll be patriotic.
Sterling says me and Shannon would make a power couple. Yeah, we would. We would make.
I
a
think he
power
was talking about us
Oh,
actually, but
I
You got to get back to your roots, John. Your Irish roots.
That's right. He needs to get back into paganism and get to his Irish roots. That's right. He needs to get back to being a Gaelic again. Get back to being a Gaelic again and worshiping the gods and goddesses of freedom religion, by God. Get this ball rolling, man.
Hey, Vaughn, can you tell me about Tulsi Gabbard? Is she like a full-on pagan or like?
Yeah, she's a Hindu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure about that. Because I know Vaughn said she was pagan. And I was like,
Yeah, that's full on pagan. She's a Hindu.
wow.
Mhm. Anyway, so you guys muted yourselves, so I guess I have to the stage.
That's a comedian. No, Gene is in charge of well, shit. Now I'm drawing a blank.
National Intelligence Director.
National Intelligence Director. Yeah, thank you. And she's super nice too. Now she's more like me. She's more like an eclectic pagan, and so she's into holistic medicine. She's into the stars and and the gods and goddesses and stuff. She's more of an eclectic like me. So. Now, I was very pleased to hear about her nomination, man. She's going to do great. She's going to do great. I'm telling you, she's going to do great.
But you got to give credit. You remember I was excited about this astrologer from in Texas, the blonde we had on from about a month ago, and
Yeah, yeah.
and she was accurate. She was very
Is she a
accurate.
psychic? Was she a
That's
psychic?
right. No, she was an astrologer. She
Oh,
was
astrologer.
but
Sorry.
she was going off of the Hindu type of astrology.
Yeah,
So
she ended up being pretty accurate. Yeah. She
Yeah,
ended up being
yeah.
pretty accurate.
yeah.
Sure did. But yeah, man, I was very pleased with Bean's appointment. You know, I had to eat a big helping of crow, you know, because I said, oh, Trump won't hire a pagan, you know. Well, he hired 2 of them, so I got to eat my words, you know. But that's okay. I don't mind.
Well, wait. Now, as far as domestic issues, why don't you give him the props he deserves for getting the Supreme Court to support him in blocking?
I do.
Give him props. You know, give him applause. Give him the applause. What he did today was incredible as far as America is getting their
when
way.
he wins in the Supreme Court, I give him full credit. I always do. Now, calm down. I always give him full credit when he wins in the Supreme Court. I always have. It's just, you know, but I tell you, I ain't gonna lie. Now, they're up until that last hour, man. I mean, it looked really bad for him because he had about 90% of his base ready to walk, bro. That ain't no bullshit. He had about 90% of his base ready to walk out.
Well, he always keeps everyone guessing. But guess what? I think he cut deals with the Qataris the minute the Iranians started shooting missiles at them. The Qataris lost all of their composure, and they were like willing to do anything. So he cut a deal, and he's cutting deals right now to end the war in Gaza, get the hostages returned, and you have to give him the man credit, and you have to give him applause. He likes being applauded and he likes the attention, and he deserves it. You know, when he does good things, people should praise him and give him credit for being a good president.
I do, Sandy. I do. I'm not a hater. I give him credit. You know, I give him credit. And then when he goes against the Constitution, I rail on that too. I'm an equal opportunity railer. I rail on him on the good and the bad.
Now, as far as what's going to happen in New York with the Democrat Socialist Islamist Zorhan Mamdani, he comes from Uganda, but
that's crazy.
We had basically what was it? 24 years ago, Muslims with planes in the buildings.
And now we
got one as a mayor.
We're gonna end up like Lebanon. We're gonna end up like Lebanon. You watch and see, man. We're gonna end up like Lebanon. Oh, let us into your government and let us into your military, and then we let them. And Lebanon let them in their military and let them into their government, and then bam, Lebanon was destroyed.
Look at London. Look at London and Paris. Now they're going to get the trifecta: London, Paris, New York.
Paris is falling. UK is
London.
falling.
Those are the big major cities of the West. London, Paris, New York.
In the United States, they're falling, and so I mean, yeah, it's pretty scary times, man. It's pretty scary times right now. So,
I think we're gonna call the show. We're going on an hour.
55 views, John. We're doing pretty good, bro.
Oh, Sharon,
All right, you guys, I'm going to jump off. Okay.
Okay.
All right, it was great seeing you again,
It's
Sharon.
great seeing you. I'll see you soon. Okay. You guys take care.
Yeah, come on down to Jersey with us.
I'm coming soon. I'll be there soon.
You will?
Oh, you will?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have all 3 of us on the same screen at one time. It'll drive the trolls crazy.
Vaughn, I'll take you on a trip to Philly, a tour, sightseeing tour of Philly.
Yes, I want to see. Hey, actually, before we go, yes, that's one of the things. Since I'm here in Jersey, I want to hit all the national monuments and the historical sites and all that good shit. Right?
You have to go to Philly.
Philly's nice. All the heroin addicts and drug addicts.
Oh, stop it!
Hey,
Hill's nice.
Hey, I got a suggestion, guys. Are you gonna
Center City's nice.
Are you guys gonna go visit? Are you guys gonna go visit Solar in Pennsylvania? Are you guys gonna go
visit Solar in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, maybe we'll meet up with him.
That's far away.
He's been MIA. He's been MIA.
If he's not.
Sharon, you better not be pulling on my pud. I want you down here, babe.
Yeah, come on.
What?
You gotta be on camera with us, man. We gotta do a threesome here.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sharing her with you.
All right, you guys. Take care.
That's
Bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.
Bye. See
Yeah,
ya.
that's right.
All right. Anyway, Sammy, you got something quick to say before we go?
I always have a lot of things to say, but my closing is just as I put in my little description. The bad guy is happy. I'm happy it's ending. I'm happy it's over. What my rabbi said: the minute the war with Iran is over, it's over for all eternity. And the clincher is the war in Gaza.